at this step, what do we have to do? If we want to get a dry solid component, the acid one that is, what you want to do is dissolve this solid in the organic solvent that we were working with, that's ethyl acetate, and do an extraction. So what happens when I add ethyl acetate to this? We have regenerated this solid component in its neutrally charged form. So if I add ethyl acetate, this acid will dissolve in ethyl acetate. So let us take 30 milliliters of ethyl acetate. Remember, we still have our ethyl acetate sitting in the Erlenmeyer flask. And again, this 30 milliliter, as I always say, is about, so it could be a milliliter or two less or more. So I'm going to add 30 milliliters of ethyl acetate to this Erlenmeyer flask which had the solid acid. And as I started adding ethyl acetate, I noticed already some of the solid started to dissolve. So if I swirl it carefully, notice that most of it is dissolving. That's what we wanted. We wanted our solid acid to go into the organic solvent. Okay, I noticed that there are two layers. All of the solid has dissolved. We are ready to transfer this solution back to the separatory funnel. Remember, you had rinsed this separatory funnel with organic solvent to ensure that all of the organic layer was drained. If you want to clean the separatory funnel, you could just rinse it once with distilled water. And drain this distilled water rinse to the waste beaker. You can do it a couple of times if you want. Okay, now the sub funnel is clean, but it is not dry. Is it necessary that this be dry? Not at all. We have water layer and organic layer both sitting in here, so there is really no need for the sub funnel to be that dry. So let us transfer this solution, the mixture of the two layers, back to the separatory funnel and then separate the layers. So you need to take a glass funnel, a clean glass funnel. Again, the glass funnel does not have to be dry, and transfer the solution with the waste beaker sitting under the sub funnel. Again, if you want to rinse this Erlenmeyer flask a few times with a few milliliters each. We want to do that to make sure that we get all the solution that was in this Erlenmeyer flask into the sub funnel. Always making sure that the tip of the pipette doesn't touch the Erlenmeyer flask. Pour it in. Remember that in the first step we noticed that the stem of the funnel was sitting in the solution. So when that happens, we want to rinse the stem of the funnel. So let us pick this up, rinse the inside a little bit as well as the outside. Okay, now I don't need that funnel anymore. I'm going to put it away.